Good day, family, and all praise to only the Almighty Most High Creator. I've had people reach out to me asking me if I can do an update on what month we're in, what day it is, and the coming up feast days. So, we started off with the vernal equinox, and the vernal equinox for this year was on March 20th. The vernal equinox, or the Almighty, tells us that He will use the sun and the moon for days and years. So, when the vernal equinox happens, the sun crosses the equator, and on this day, when this happens, it is the start of the new year. It's the start of when the days start to get warmer. The days start to get longer and the nights get shorter. On this day, there is equal amount of daylight and nighttime, and this matches up with the month of Abib. So, again, that happened on March 20th. So if we go over here to a lunar calendar, here's March, and here's the 20th. And from here, we just go to the next new moon, full moon, and that is the first day of the year. So, the next new moon was on April 6th. So that was the first day of the year. And from here, all we do is count. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So right now we are in September, and we haven't had the new moon yet. So let's go here. Right now it's the 26th. We're in month 6, and on the 29th is month 7. So for month 7, or for the feast days, if you go to Leviticus 23, it'll tell you what they are. Let's go to Leviticus 23, 23, and 24, and 25. And the Almighty spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Yasharel, saying, In the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have a rest, a memorial of trumpets. It shall be to you a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work, and you shall offer a whole burnt offering to the Almighty. So be it. Now, this tells us to offer a whole burnt offering to the Almighty for this feast day. Let me show you that we cannot offer anything to the Almighty on any of the feast days. Here's Deuteronomy 16, and we're going to do 2, 5, and 6. And thou shalt sacrifice the Passover to the Almighty thy power, sheep and oxen, in the place which the Almighty thy power shall choose to have his name called upon it. So this has to be done in the land where the Almighty's name, and that's going to be Sion when he comes back, that is where this is to be done. The Almighty is not back. Zion is not here. So this is just one example of how we cannot offer anything in these unholy, unclean lands. So here's 5. Thou shalt not have power to sacrifice the Passover in any of the cities which the Almighty thy power gives thee. Okay, all of the cities that we live in right now, none of them were given to us by the Almighty at all. This is heathen, unclean land. We cannot sacrifice or offer anything up to the Almighty. And then 6, but in the place which the Almighty thy power shall choose to have his name called there, thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at evening, at the setting of the sun, at the time when thou camest out of Egypt. So be it. So again, the Almighty tells us that we are to do our feast, our sacrifices in the land where His name is written on it. And right now, we are in captivity, we are in heathen lands, we're in unclean lands. So we cannot do these feast days. The only thing we can do is the first word right here in Deuteronomy 16:1. Observe. That is the only thing that we can do while we are in captivity. So there's that. If you have any more questions, go ahead and comment, email me, however. And all praise to only the Almighty Most High Creator. May the Almighty continue to keep His Spirit in you. Have a beautiful day, family.